So let's go ahead and get started then. Right, so my name is Brian. I'm a system analyst here at BluePoint Mortgage, and today I want to walk you through how to submit a loan to us through our broker portal here. Okay, so the submission process looks like this diagram that you see here. So first we're going to create the loan, we're going to set up the loan, reissue the credit report, register, and then optionally run AUS, disclose, then finally upload and submit into underwriting. So before getting started, we do have a list of requirements that you should have on hand before we start. So of course, first thing we'll need is the loan, preferably in a MISMO 3.4 or Fannie Mae 3.2 format. The reason is just so that when you upload this loan, it pre-populates a lot of the loan data for you, so it saves a lot of data entry on your part. You'll need a copy of the credit report as well as your CRA credentials if you pulled credit on your side. The submission form for your loan type. Our submission forms are located on our website, so let me direct you there real quick. So on our website, bluepointmtg.com, you can find our submission forms under Broker Resources, Forms and Guides. And all of our submission forms are listed here. And you'll notice that we have several submission forms depending on which loan type you're doing. And the reason for that is simply because each loan has different submission requirements. So let me pull up our DSCR form, for example. So for every loan submission, we do ask that you complete a submission form here. So complete as much of the information here as possible. And then at the bottom of every submission form, there's a checklist of items that we'll need for that submission. So these are all documents that you'll need to upload into the loan. Okay? Right. And again, that was item 4 of our prerequisites here. We'll need all these documents listed at the bottom of our submission forms here. Okay, so step 1 is create a loan. So to create a loan, again, preferably through a 3.4 or a 3.2. So what you can do is go to create new loan here, go to import loan file, and then select whichever loan file type you have. So if you have a MISMO 3.4, for example, just go there and then hit choose file. And then I'm not going to upload this loan here, but you'll just need to upload the XML file or whatever file you're working with into the portal here. For training purposes, I'm just going to use an existing loan here. Okay, so here we have a loan that's already been set up for us here. So once the loan has been imported, again, most of the information will have already pre-populated, including most of the application data that you see here. Right, so for now at least, there's not too much we need to do on the application information. The only thing we might need to do before moving on is if you're doing a DSCR loan, you'll want to go to the Loan and Property tab down here, and then let's see, there's an estimated monthly market rent field here. We'll need to put that market rental income here so that the pricing engine can calculate the DSCR. So again, before moving on to reissue credit, this is the only thing we need to do firsthand if we're doing a DSCR loan. We need to put in that market rent. Okay, so once that's set, let's go into the pricing tab and let's reissue the credit report and register the loan. So to reissue credit, what you want to do is go to the Applications tab over here, scroll down, select Reissue Credit Report, and then select your credit provider here. Now, some credit providers like Exactus, they tend to have like multiple DBAs or something along those lines, and it might be a little tricky finding the correct credit provider here. So I know Exactus, for example, they can go by Avantis, or they can also go by, I believe it's Credit Plus. So it's from what I've seen in the past, it's not very consistent which one works and which one doesn't. So what I recommend is just trying one of them, either Avantis or Credit Plus, and then if that doesn't work, then try the other one. But anyways, so let's assume we're just using Credit Plus as an example here. So hit Reissue Credit, and then it's going to ask you for your CRA credentials. So your Exactus login password and file ID. That's just a credit report number. Now, some CRAs, their credit reports have an instant view password. It's not required to reissue credit, but just know that some credit reports have an instant view password and some do not. If if you know what your CRA login is, you don't need the instant view password. So in most cases, it's free to just ignore that. Okay. So once the credit report has been reissued, the next step would be to register the loan. So registering does a couple of things. Not only does it register a program to your loan, it also stamps a bunch of origination fees onto the loan as well, namely broker compensation. So what we'll want to do before registering is just review the property and loan info tab here, make sure that everything is all good here. Just to go over some of the more important fields here, if you're doing a non-QM loan, the doc type drop down here is pretty important. So right now I have full document. If you're doing a bank statement, of course you want to select bank statements. DSCR, select DSCR. And if you're doing a P&L or a 1099 loan, you want to select other bank statements. So let me do that here. Right, so let's pretend we're doing a 25% down per purchase loan. Okay. Right. So just going down the list here, another important field is the originator compensation source. So right now I'm showing borrower paid at 2%. Switch that to lender if you want lender paid compensation. So of course, if we're doing a non-QM, we're borrower paid only, so we have to select borrower paid. And again, I just have 2% here. Okay. So some of these other drop downs here, these are helpful for the engine to narrow down your scenario to the appropriate program here. So try to answer as much of these fields as possible. For non-QM product, I generally leave it as NE/NA to get best available pricing. If you're doing an investment loan, an investment non-QM, go ahead and select your appropriate prepayment. So either none or any or 3-year, whatever the case may be. I'm doing a primary scenario, so I'm just going to leave that as none. Right. And then up here, I selected bank statements. And remember, again, that's for a P&L or a 1099 scenario. So under additional doc type here, you'll want to select the appropriate doc type here. Okay, so let's pretend we're doing a P&L submission. Okay, everything else looks good here. So let's go ahead and run the engine now. And let's give that a few moments to run. Okay, so right away we can see that there are no eligible programs coming up, and this happens pretty frequently. So when that happens, what you want to do is go down to the ineligible list here and expand the program header that you're looking for here. In this case, we're trying to do a non-QM loan here, so I'm just going to go down to 30-year fixed non-conforming. Let's see. So I'm getting some ineligibility readings here saying that the min FICO is under 680. So earlier, let's see. Let me go back to the credit screen here. So I didn't reissue credit on this loan here. I'm just going to manually enter the credit report just for demonstration purposes. Right. So right now I have a 634 FICO, which is what triggered those errors. So let me put in a 700 FICO as an example. Okay, let's give that another try. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, so here's our available rate stack here. I'd like to start from the bottom and work my way up to find the par rate. Looks like we're at 7.625, but whichever rate you want to register, you just want to hit the register link. At this stage, you can request a lock if you really want to, but I recommend against doing that. And the reason is because as soon as you request a lock, most of the loan becomes read-only for you. So what that means is you won't be able to edit most fields in the loan. You won't be able to enter in any other fees and stuff, and so on and so forth. So if at all possible, I recommend saving the lock request for last. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to register at the par rate of 7.625. So registering is pretty straightforward. Just hit register, and then it's just a matter of following the on-screen prompts here. Okay, so just going to register a loan and then hit confirm. Almost there now. Okay, that's all set now. Right. So at this point, the loan is registered. You'll see that the program name shows up here and the terms that we registered with as well. Okay, so at this point, let's see, the next step would be to, this is an optional step, but you are able to enter your closing costs and disclose the loan. Now, right now, broker disclosures, so the ability for you to order disclosures within the portal, this is currently an opt-in, opt-out feature. If you'd like to order disclosures in our portal, please feel free to reach out to us either through your AE or through our broker desk, and we'll be able to turn on disclosures for you. But anyways, so let's go on to the fees and disclosures piece. So to enter your fees, go to the closing cost tab here. Now, everything in section A will have been populated through the registration process. So for example, with that 2% borrower paid comp here, that's showing up here. Our underwriting fee is going to pre-populate here as well. So section A is all taken care of. Anything in section B onwards is available for you to edit though. So if you want to edit an existing fee, just hit the calculator icon here in the middle. So let's say my third-party processing is $9.95 as an example. So I'll just do that. See. If you want to remove a fee, just hit the minus button here. If you want to add in a new fee, just hit the plus icon here. Okay, so let's say I want to add a condo review fee. So again, just hit the calculator icon here and then put in whatever that fee is and then hit save at the top right. So again, any fee in section B onwards is available for you to enter directly on the screen here. Once all your fees are set, the next step would be to disclose. So I'm going to go to the disclosures tab here. And again, reminder, the ability to order disclosures in the portal is an opt-in feature. So if you don't have this feature available to you just yet, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll turn that on for you. Okay, so to order initial disclosures, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is put in an application date here and then hit order initial loan estimate. And it's going to be a series of loan audits. The first step is going to be our internal BP audit. So you'll just need to make sure that all the checklist items here are completed. So right now I'm getting a stop here saying that for California, we'll need to enter a notary fee to section C. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. So again, closing cost. So I need to go down to section C here, and there's currently no notary fee. So let me go ahead and add that in. I'm going to select notary fee, and then I'm just going to put in 300 for now. Okay, hit save. Okay, and let's go back to the disclosure screen. Okay, so again, order initial loan estimate, and you'll see that stop that we saw earlier regarding the notary fee is gone now. So that's satisfied. Okay, so everything here looks good. Let's go to the next step, which would be our document vendor audit. So our doc vendor is going to look through the loan and make sure that everything is complete as well. A lot of times our doc vendor will give us a bunch of warning messages. Generally speaking, these warnings can be ignored. It's only when you have a fatal that's going to prevent you from moving forward. And as you can see, we're getting a bunch of warnings here, but no fatals. Any fatals that would appear will show up at the top of your list here. So no fatals, that means we can go ahead to the next step, which would be the document preview. So at this stage, you're able to preview the entire disclosure package in its entirety. So just go through this window here, make sure that the disclosure package is looking good. The initial loan estimate is going to be a little bit further down on the package here. So let me try to find that here. Here we go. Okay, so again, I recommend going through the disclosure package and particularly the loan estimate. Make sure that all the fees that we entered in are here. So that 500 condo review fee looks like that's in here. The notary fee, there we go. That's showing up there, which is perfect. Okay, so once the disclosure package looks good, you'll just want to hit this confirmation box here. And then I'm not going to complete the request, but the final step will be to hit complete request here, and that's going to send out e-disclosures for the borrower and the LO for e-signing. Okay, so that's the disclosure piece. Second to last step before submission, next we're going to be uploading the loan documents. So to upload documents, go to the eDocs tab of the loan and use the document drop box here. So let me go here. And then let's say for now that I want to upload our submission form and some asset documents here. You're able to upload 12 at a time, but I'm just going to upload 2 for demonstration purposes. So when uploading, the only real trick is for each document being uploaded, you'll want to hit select doc type. And for initial uploads, it's perfectly fine to just select new file upload and then hit initial and package upload. If you really want to go the extra mile, you can find the specific doc type for your document. So for example, if I wanted to find the submission form, you can do that if you want, but it's not necessary. So once every document has been doc typed, go ahead and hit upload documents, and then all of your documents will have been uploaded. If you want to see all the documents that have been uploaded to the loan so far, just go to the document list here, and all the documents on the loan will be here available for you to view. Okay, so once all the documents have been uploaded, the final step would be to go to Status and Agents here, go to Change Loan Status, select Loan Submitted, and hit Change Status. Okay, at this point, you're done. The loan is showing as submitted. So now our setup team is going to be reviewing the loan, making sure that all the documents have been uploaded, the loan is complete, etc. And once that's done, the loan is going to go into underwriting for a conditional loan approval. And that's it. That's the loan submission process. And again, if you want a full written guide on everything we talked about, that's available on our website. So let me go back there, bluepointmtg.com. Go to Broker Resources, Forms and Guides. We have a full written guide on how to submit a loan. It's under here on the right-hand side, under Guides, How to Submit a Loan. So feel free to reference that as well if you wish to recap what we went over today. Thank you again, everyone, for attending, and I'll see you around.